Hi guys, how are you doing today? Happy new hair, happy new week, happy not new year. Ta. Anyway, most of you have already seen my red hair. It is quite messy today because I washed it and then I just let it air dry and girl, it's not no. Anyway, so yeah, I also have a new friend here in the studio. Her name is Flora. Hi, Flora. Um, she's my newest friend. I hope I can keep her alive. I am not what they call a plant daddy or a plant mom. I have one of my friends who is a self-proclaimed uh, plant daddy. Um, I am not that. I got an email. So yeah, it is still light out, but I thought I would make this video right now because now I still have energy. So yeah, I'll say hi to Flora. Hi, Flora. Hello. Anyway, I hope I can keep her alive. I should give her some water. Let me share my water with Flora. Oop. There we go. Anyway, how are you guys? I hope you are having a great day. Start of a new week. How is that going for you? When I look at my schedule, I want to cry. It is a very busy week. But next week will be a lot more calm and quiet, so that's good. So it's sort of evened out. I really like this blouse. It's very long too. I can see it's very long. If I was still going outside, I would be able to have like a flap 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 behind me. I like those kinds of types of clothing sometimes. So yeah, today I wanted to talk about actually about concerts. So I had actually an idea. Why is it so dusty in here? Dear Lord. So next week or next Saturday actually, I would be going to Harry Styles, the concert. Yay! I can't go. And in 90-ish days I would be going to My Chemical Romance. Which I don't think is going to happen because it's in England, and I don't think travel will be allowed in 90 days. I don't even think we're going to be vaccinated in 90 days. So, in honor of my pain about that, and not only my pain, but the pain of a lot of people, I wanted to talk about the 3 best concerts I have ever been to in my life. So, my very first concert actually is not on this list, but it has an honorary mention. It was My Chemical Romance on 050607. So 2007 I went to my first concert. I was so small. And it was My Chemical Romance in the Black Parade in the Black Parade tour. That was the word I was looking for. And it was one of the most magical moments in my life. I don't know if you were around on the internet back then, but I was a little emo slash goth kid. And I had never seen a real life emo boy in my life. And then I went to My Chemical Romance, and oh my gosh, let me tell you, mind blown. I just remember this one guy who had the hair, and you couldn't see, like, I think I saw like a quarter of his face, like maybe this. But I was in love. I was planning my marriage, everything. Then he gave me a drink, and it was spiked with alcohol, and I passed out at the concert because I was like 16 years old. I don't know. I was very young. It was all very, very intense. Anyway, it was a good memory. But in the list of best concerts of my life, there is the concert where I got a signed ticket from My Chemical Romance, where I actually met the band live. I was together with one of my friends, Kaya. I know you're watching. So it was one of the best moments in my entire life. October 30th, 2010. Oh, guys, it's so long ago. 2010. That's 11 years ago. I actually caught one of the plectrums of My Chemical Romance. And we waited, like, the concert was magical, and my friend Kaya, she went with me, even though she wasn't a fan of My Chemical Romance, but she really wanted me to go there, and I couldn't go alone, so she went with me, like the best friend that she is. Like, damn, Kaya, you rock. And I just remember crying so much, crying in the club, guys. uh, Crying so much. It was such a good show, and I just being there with everyone, and then everyone is singing the same song and everyone is crying, like everyone is breaking down, but you're breaking down together, and it was so good. And then we waited outside the Melkweg, which is like a concerts venue here, for hours, and then there was the band, and just so magical. I just remember, like, all of the members of the band are of course amazing, but I just remember Jared Way standing in front of me, and I was crying and I was shaking and everything. It was everything I wanted in life. It was so magical, and just knowing, like, I got to tell them, sort of, I guess, how much they meant to me, and just having a signed ticket, guys. Yeah, so that really is like my top concerts, in the list of all the concerts I went to in the past years. I think that concert in 11 years ago, that is the number one. Just meeting My Chemical Romance, and then after that I saw them one more time, and then they broke up, and then I got the ticket for the reunion comeback, and it hasn't happened yet, but I'm still. It's gonna happen, guys. My Black Parade jacket, I got it cleaned and everything, so I'll probably have to clean it again at the dry cleaners, when the concert is finally happening, but it's gonna happen. So yeah, that is my number one, actually. Yeah, that is definitely my number one. So it has also been like framed in this frame for 10 years. And yeah, and it's also really cool that Kaya, um, we've known each other for a very long time, like beyond this. So yeah, that's really, really cool. So that's number one. And then one that no one will be surprised about is in this list is this one, which is a very small thing, but this is my VIP bracelet from when I went to see K-pop boy band Boyfriend, um, which I saw in 2015 in Paris, which was a magical experience. It was very expensive to get there. It was expensive to get a hotel. And the tickets were also not cheap, but not that expensive, like in K-pop standards. And it was just a really great concert, and I just remember being there in the crowd and waiting for the guys to come up, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is not happening, and the person that I went to the concert with, I don't speak to her anymore, but she was also like in a lower ticket grade, so I was there on my own in the in the golden circle, basically. And I was like, oh my gosh, this isn't happening. And then they were real, and it was so weird because, like, it is Boyfriend. It is the K-pop band that I have been listening to since, I think it was then only 5 years. But I was like, whoo, guys. And they are so important to me, much like My Chemical Romance, but in a very different time in my life, right? So seeing them live and actually having interactions, and then after the show meeting them, it was different because you have the language barrier, since they really don't speak English that well, and I do not speak Korean, like, at all. It was all just communication through tears. It was just me crying at them and them accepting my tears and just going, it's okay. And I'm like, yeah. And I just remember, like, one of the members of Boyfriend, Jungmin, he is very, very attractive. They all are, but he is very pretty. Um, and I just went, "Oh, you're so beautiful," to him, and he just stared at me like, security? No, he just stared at me, and I think he understood what I was trying to say, but he just took it in as I was just crying at him, and I think they were very kind for how much I was crying and shaking and just being an absolute mess. And in the end, we got to take a picture with them, and the picture is I share every year, so I'm sure you've seen it. Um, and I just turned around and I went to talk to Minu, who is like my favorite. And he just took my hand, and it was just I just kept holding his hand and just crying at him, and he was just, "It's going to be okay. Don't worry. I love you too." And I had to leave then, so I just walked out, and the moment I turned the corner, I just fell to the ground and started crying in the middle of Paris. On the streets of Paris, I just started crying, and people were like, "Are you okay?" And the only thing I could say was like, "Yeah, boyfriend." Anyway, good times. Good times. It was a very good concert. The only concert I ever went to of Boyfriend, of course. But very good. And a few years later, that's last year, I, of course, had my online meet and greet with Minu from Boyfriend. So I now have 2G, that's me. Thank you, teacher, and I love you. Which is, of course, just something that he wrote down after the meet and greet. He has no idea who I am, except for the picture. But I did a few meet and greets with him, with Xiangmin and with Damyun, all from the same band. Even though they disbanded now, they do the meet and greets. It is very funny that I'm now, after they disbanded, see them more online, also because of the pandemic, than ever before. But I'm a loyal fan, so I'm very happy to have both the VIP ticket as well as the new signed photographs, and there's more photos coming. So yeah, that's really cool. And for the third concert, there are many concerts that I went to that were absolutely amazing. Just meeting people after the concert, going to very small bands, maybe even my very mysterious obsession when I was 11 years old and I was a fan of this Belgian boy band. Those could all be the concert I would pick for my number 3, but actually I think going to Bon Jovi 92 weeks ago, guys. This is me at Bon Jovi with my best friend and brother, Mark. We went to the Bon Jovi concert, and Bon Jovi is just such an icon. He's a rocker from America, and he's been making music for so long. And when Mark and I met each other so many years ago, like one of the first things that we really connected on was Bon Jovi and his music. And my first album that I ever bought was from Bon Jovi. So, and we've been singing Bon Jovi in the car on all of our car rides, all of the long drives that we went to, and we are always talking a lot on those long drives, and we are always like talking about life stuff and what we experienced and how we're growing and everything. And then it's always like, oh, shh, Bon Jovi, John is on, and then we would turn on the music and It's My Life would start blaring, or Bed of Roses, or whatever. And it's just it's such a symbolic kind of music for both of us. So going to Bon Jovi, and we actually, it was so funny. So we got tickets for the Golden Circle, but we thought that the Golden Circle was not like the top concert ticket, right? We thought there's many more because there were like bundles above the golden ticket. So we were like, we're not above. So we were going to the venue, or not a venue, but the grassy fields, the fields of the venue, the fields of the concert. And we were like, I don't know, Mark. I was like, I think we're not. I think this is not the right spot. I think we should be closer. So we were just staring at each other and it was slowly filling up. I was like, Mark, this is not good. So we went to check, and indeed, we got to be like one field further, like closer by Bon Jovi. And in the end, I still don't know how we managed, but we stood front row for Bon Jovi. And I just remember we were standing there, and at one point I just turned around and I was like, there's so many people behind us, like the whole, like it was like 3 soccer fields full of people. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so anxious. But that didn't matter because within an hour, John Bon Jovi and the band was right there on the stage. And for the first time since I was a little girl, I could sing It's My Life with John Bon Jovi and my best friend in the world. So yeah, just talking about it makes me very emotional. And I think that is one of the things that I miss the most in these Corona times are the concerts and the experiences that you have with other people. I just there's so many funny concert stories, and I would like to have so many more. Like there was this one concert where I went to this Korean rapper J Park, which was my first Korean concert. And there was this one girl that was trying to get in front of me and the people that I was with. And I didn't know these people really, but they were chill and I was chill, and we were all waiting for a very long time to get spots. And we were just banding together against this one girl that was telling us that she was there for the whole time, and we knew she wasn't. So it was very funny as we all just turned around as one block and we were like, no. Or just, I don't know, so many good memories of concerts. Or when I was very small and I went to this Belgian boy band every time and they started to recognize me, and it was just good times. And I'm very sad that this weekend I won't be able to go to Harry Styles, who I really love. But maybe next year. There's always next year. Let's put it like that. I do have a concert of SHINee in 2 weeks. It's an online concert, so that is very exciting. The online concert thing I never really believed in until I did the online concert of BTS, which was really fun, and I saw it with 2 of my friends online, of course. So you buy a ticket and then you can watch it with your friends live. So I went to BTS. I've seen 2 or 3 boyfriend concerts, and now the SHINee one. So that is like a weak comparison. It's not the same, but it's something, right? And in these times we really have to focus on the things we can have. So yeah, that's that. So that was my story time for today. Very curious. What are your concert memories? What kind of things did you experience at concerts? Another good one was when I went to Kamijo. He is a Japanese artist, singer, and he was just magical to meet as well. And during his concert was very small. I was in the smallest room of the Melkweg. And his whole show was like this hypnotic, like opera-like music thing, and it was so magical. And I swear, it was like I was in a trance when I was there. I was just so weird, so amazing. 10 out of 10 would go again. Anyway, I keep like getting these memories of concerts, and it's making me so happy. What are concerts that you went to, or concerts that sadly haven't been or cancelled? One of the concerts that I really regret not going to is the Gorillaz with 2 of my friends. They invited me, but I was like, no, I'm busy. I have to be a responsible adult. And then, F being a responsible adult. Sometimes you just gotta go to a concert. So tell me, what are your favorite concert memories? Where do you really want to go? And when COVID is gone, where will we go together to a concert? Tell me what concert you want to go to together. Um, and I will see you next week. I hope. Of course I am. You won't leave me hanging, right? Come on. Bye!